With Harbour, what I'm proud to talk about is not only the pre-sales that we've achieved in a very short period of time. It's been an interesting journey with Harbour. It's been a lot more difficult than the journey that we had with Horizon. With Harbour, there's been many obstacles, no different to any project, I suppose, when you analyse it that way. But particularly with Harbour, we had a lot of obstacles with the locals. There was the Great Wall of Frankston group, which decided to try to object to this development. Through the noise that was created from that, we also had the State Planning Minister, Sonia Kilkenny, step in and put a temporary overlay on this site from 14 stories to 3 stories. And that was for a number of months. Thankfully, we came out of that predicament, and then we had to go through VCAT. Once Sonia Kilkenny reinstated it back to 14 stories, then we had to go to VCAT to have our hearing heard, because we had to put a halt on that for the time being while Sonia Kilkenny tried to deliberate whether or not it should be reinstated or not. This whole journey to get back through VCAT and have the VCAT approval took around 12 months. It was the longest 12 months of my life, because if it had gone the other way, we wouldn't be sitting here today. We'd be sitting on a site that really would never have been developed if, let's say, anything under 10 stories was approved through the State Planning Minister or with her guidelines, and then through VCAT. And it's also not easy just to get a permit, even if you try to work with the guidelines of, say, the council, because, for instance, the site next to us, which is by Pace, they actually had their VCAT decision declined for something similar to what we have here with Harbour. So to have a permit is a piece of gold that can't be taken for granted. It takes a lot to get the council support. You just can't throw anything to the council and they're just going to approve it, which is proof in the pudding with how Pace have now had the decision from VCAT with their application. So it's been a journey, to say the least. What I would say to somebody considering buying to Harbour is, if you snooze, you lose. We've had such a success in a short period of time. In 4 months, we've sold over 40% of the building, which is amazing. I mean, to put it in real dollar terms, I mean, we've sold over $60 million worth of real estate. And what we have found when we went through this whole year of obstacles with the State Planning Minister putting a temporary overlay on the site, and then VCAT, there was a lot of publicity around this, because this is a satellite city, and there was a lot of people that weren't for developments because of their own logic and reasoning. But these sites have always allowed for development. So it's not as if Danny, the developer, has just come along and recreated this zoning. The zoning's always allowed for that. But what happened by default with all the publicity through the Herald Sun, Today Tonight, even a Current Affair, is there was a lot of publicity. And because of that, thankfully, now looking back in time, we had a lot of people that then suddenly started paying attention to invest in Frankston. So that's saying there's no amount of bad publicity that can create good publicity. It really goes without saying that that's actually helped our cause.